Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive. This time we're heading into the world of Bollywood.
Oh, exciting.
It is. You guys sent in some amazing articles all about the career of Salman Khan.
One of Bollywood's biggest stars.
That's right. So we're going to be digging into his life, his career, some of the controversies, the philanthropy work that he does.
It's interesting, eh, because when you look at Salman Khan's career, it's almost like you're looking at Bollywood itself. All the glamour,
Yeah.
the drama, the
Trump.
connection that he has with audiences.
And speaking of connections, we have to talk about his family.
Right.
His father, Salim Khan, was a legendary screenwriter.
He really was. He was a huge name in Bollywood, so he didn't just, kind of enter the industry. He was
Ooh.
born into it.
Born into it.
And it's kind of interesting to note that two of his brothers, Arbaz and Sohail,
Yeah.
they're also involved in the film industry in India.
That's right. It really has that family dynasty feel to it.
It does, yeah.
But even with those family ties, I mean, his rise to superstardom was not immediate.
No.
Biwi Ho to Icy, his first film back in 1988,
Yeah.
didn't really make a huge splash, did it?
Not at all. But then 1989 rolls around and he does a film called Main Pyar Kiya.
Okay.
And that film was a massive success.
So, like, almost overnight,
Almost overnight.
he became a huge star.
Exactly.
What was it about Main PR Kia that connected so strongly with audiences?
Well, you got to remember that Bollywood films, they really are a spectacle. And this film was a classic love story. It had the music, beautiful locations, relatable characters.
Mm-hmm.
And Salmai's performance, it really captured hearts. It established him as a romantic hero.
Yeah.
And that's a huge thing in Bollywood.
And throughout the 90s, he just kept building on that success.
Absolutely.
So many hits.
He did. He had films like Hum Aapke Hoon Koon, Kuch Ho Raha Hai, Baghi.
Yeah.
And I think, it was really interesting because all of these films had that blend of romance, comedy, action. It's like a formula.
It is a formula. It's the masala film that Bollywood is so well known for.
I love that word, masala.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned his, unique style.
Yeah.
What is it that makes a Salman Khan performance stand out?
Well, I think it's, he has a certain charisma.
Yeah.
I think it's his physicality.
Yeah.
And he kind of brings this, swagger to his roles. He's got that kind of tough guy image, but he can also do the romantic stuff.
Right.
And, I think he's also known for delivering these really iconic dialogues, lines that the fans just love.
Like what?
Oh, well, there's so many. From Dabang, he has this line, "Hum tumhen itni chat karenji ki confuse ho, jawe kisans kahan se le aur." Well, let's just say it's very popular with the fans.
Oh, wow. I can see why. So his success in the 90s, it continued into the 2000s. And it's interesting because a lot of stars, they come and they go, but he didn't fade away.
He really didn't.
He reinvented himself.
Exactly. And I think that's one of the most important things
That he has been able to do in his career. He went from being a primarily romantic hero to more action-oriented roles.
Yeah.
And I think, films like Wanted, Da Bang, which we just mentioned, and Tiger Zinda Hai, these really show that evolution.
Tabang was huge. I mean, it's a whole franchise now.
It is.
What do you think it was about those action films that just drew audiences in?
Well, I think people enjoyed seeing this new side of him. Yeah, the action sequences were amazing.
Of course.
But he still brought that charm, even to these tough characters.
We can't really talk about his career without acknowledging the elephant in the room.
Right.
He's been involved in some pretty high-profile legal cases
He has, yeah.
over the years.
Yeah.
The hit-and-run case and the black buck poaching case.
Yes.
Both of those garnered a lot of media attention and legal scrutiny.
For sure.
How did all of this affect his career, though?
Well, obviously it's a complicated situation. There was negative press around it, public outcry.
Yeah.
But his fan base, they stayed really loyal
Wow.
throughout all of it.
Mm-hmm.
And his films continued to do well.
Yeah.
Really well commercially.
Really interesting. So it's also really interesting to look at how his philanthropic work plays into his public image as well. He's got this organization, Being Human.
He does.
Can you tell us a little bit more about what they do?
Sure. So Being Human is a nonprofit, and their focus is on providing healthcare and education for, the underprivileged in India.
Yeah.
They've done some really great work.
And I imagine that has to really affect how people see him.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
All right. So where does he stand in the world of Bollywood today?
Still one of the biggest stars.
Really?
Yeah. His movies continue to break box office records,
Wow.
and he is one of the highest paid actors in all of India.
That is incredible. I mean, it's amazing how he has managed to stay at the top of his game for so long.
He has, and I think what's interesting is that he just, he keeps evolving.
Yeah.
He's taking on different kinds of roles, experimenting with genres,
Yeah.
trying new things, and, I think he's just trying to find new ways to connect with his audience, which is interesting in itself.
Yeah. Well, this has been a fascinating deep dive into the career of Salman Khan.
It really has.
One of the things that really sticks out to me, this whole time that we've been talking, is just the loyalty of his fan base.
Mm-hmm.
Considering the things that he's gone through, the controversies.
Yeah.
I mean, what is it that keeps them so devoted? I'll tell you what, that's something to think about, isn't it?
It is.
And if you're intrigued by what we talked about today, his life, his story, I highly encourage you to check out some of his films. You won't be disappointed. They're great. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.